Here at A Taste of New York, there's only one cheese we'd use for holiday entertaining, and that's Sartori. Let's find out a little about their unique history.
The story of Sartori really starts with my grandpa Paolo. He was born in Valdostico, Italy in the 1880s, and like a lot of immigrants, he decided to try his luck in America. So here's Paolo, just 17 years old, and he sets off. If you can picture this, here's this poor Italian kid in this massive steamship called the Finlandia. And somehow, my grandpa Paolo works his way to the upper deck and makes friends with an Italian count. He must have made quite an impression because 29 years later, Count Bolognese invites him to come to work at Stella Cheese. He busted his tail at Stella and got busy learning the business of making cheese. But by 1939, he and a guy named Louis Rossini decided, you know what, let's do this on our own. And that's when the S&R Cheese Company was born. They poured their life savings and really their hearts and souls into this business. And their goal was to just do one thing, make great cheese. And they did. They made this fantastic Italian cheese that got people's attention. Now my dad, Joe, he was one of a kind, really creative. The guy was always full of ideas. And he grew the company a lot. And really, he just wanted to let the world know about the great cheese we were making. What do I want now? I want us to make the best cheese in the world. I want people to look at a piece of Sartori cheese in the grocery store and get excited about cheese again. My kids joke that we've never had a dinner at home without Sartori cheese. And it's true. This will always be a family business. We're 4 generations now, and I hope we go to 5 and 6 generations, making the best cheese in the world. I think that would really make my dad, Joe, my grandpa, Paolo, very proud.
Behind every curd, every crumble, every cheese from Sartori is a story about a farm, high-quality milk, and loving farmers. In 1978, Larry and Clara Hedrick began raising goats on their farm in Chilton, Wisconsin.
I naturally have a special spot in my heart for goats. My mom and dad, Larry and Clara, is where LeClaire Farms comes from because it's a combination of their names. They have really focused on producing and figuring out what it takes for the high-quality goat milk.
A steady diet of hormone-free feed helps the 425 happy, healthy goats at LeClaire Farms produce the kind of milk used to make great cheese.
Sartori is a great company. You know, see what they do time after time after time. If you pay extra attention to where you get your milk from and make sure that you are helping the farmers to increase their milk quality, that all plays into the artisan cheese.
As soon as the milk arrives in Anago, master cheesemaker Pam Hodgson and her team are ready to make their favorite cheese that same day.
The reason I was interested in developing goat cheese was because my dad got a couple of goats to trim the lawn, and being the animal guy that he is, pretty soon he had a herd of goats. When my kids joined 4-H, they started to show goats at the fair, so it's like this special thing that my kids do with their grandfather. In honor of that, that's why I was interested in developing a goat cheese. One of the cheeses that we have in Sartori is an extra-aged goat cheese. It's a hard goat cheese made in Italian cheese-making traditions.
Known for its savory caramel notes, Sartori's limited edition extra-aged goat cheese won gold in Europe at the 2012 Global Cheese Awards.
People think of goat cheese, they might think of Chev. When we approached making a goat milk cheese, we decided to do something totally different within our traditions and with our starters and our innovation. It's a craft, it's very much an art, and it's very much a science.
Great fresh milk made by happy goats and caring local farmers, handcrafted by innovative artisans, is the recipe for internationally recognized cheese. And what is a recipe other than a story you can eat?
Cheese making is, well, it's alchemy is really what it is. It's the air that moves through the plant, it's the water, it's the people, it's the milk outside, and the cows, and what, you know, the farmers feed them, and what they live and breathe in. If you want a winning cheese every day, everything's got to be aligned. Somebody gave me a hard time a while ago. Where's your recipes? I go, what do I need a recipe for anymore? I'm just going to make something, and I know it's going to turn out fine. Yeah, it started with cooking. And and then went into beer. That just carried over into everything. What we got over here is lots of different trials, mad scientist stuff. So you see all kinds of different colors and shapes and things like that. What you're likely smelling is some raspberry beer in Bella Vitano and some Merlot. There's some really wild Romano that I'm scared to death of. My biggest challenge, quite honestly, is trying to keep track of all those things. Take people through here and they go, what's in that? I go, what's that? Well, how do you know that? I go, I just know. Okay. I'm Mike, artisan cheesemaker. What I try to do is, to develop cheeses. Some of it's highly organized and some of it's just go play. Sartori knew what this place was when they bought it. They've done wonderful things and given us a lot of freedom to do what we do best.